One of my personal passions, I have an absolute fascination with life casts. Quite often with the films we were doing, you would need to do life cast of somebody if they were going to have prosthetics made. Sometimes they would use them for makeup tests. But just in the white plaster, I found it fascinating. Some people, when you show it to them, they have to ask who it is. The one life cast that I've got that nobody ever has to ask is Sean Connery. His face is just so recognizable just because of the shape of his face. That was my favorite one. But this one I also really liked. And this was David Bowie. And we did this life cast while we were doing the Labyrinth. When he first started working on the show, he had this lady with him. She was a personal assistant that we referred to as the Bulldog, because she would come around to all of us and said, when Mr. Bowie's sitting in his director's chair, he's not to be disturbed because he's on a break. And when Mr. Bowie's having a cigarette, he's not to be disturbed because of this and because of that. But of course, the people he was talking to were the same people who'd had every star from around the world on The Muppet Show. So they were quite used to being around famous people, but also out of taking the mickey out of famous people. So the second David would sit down in his chair, we'd run over and they got scones over there. You want a scone? You want a cup of tea? I'll get you a cup of tea. Does he want a cup of tea? There's water. You want water? And we would just not let him sit and rest with that. And he was having such fun with us that basically he told his assistant he didn't need her anymore. And he just had the time of his life because, as I said earlier about people who are really famous, what they crave is to be normal, and he was with a group of people that just treated him like one of the guys, and he just absolutely loved it the whole time he was there. And that was him back then.